So I don't know.
That's great. That's awesome. All right. Well, with that in mind, as we make this weird transition, we're gonna get into the gaming news of the week. And I feel like I actually take that back. This is a kind of transition that I think works. But the first news story, which I did not believe is real, but it is Farming Simulator is having their own esports league.
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to repeat that because I think I had a stroke when you said whatever you just said.
So, promote announce on their website introducing the Farming Simulator League. After testing the waters in 2018 with the first season of the Farming Simulator Championship, Giant Software is ready to dive deeper into the world of esports with the upcoming season 2. I didn't know there was season 1 to begin with. Ma- Major changes lie ahead when the Farming Simulator Championship becomes the Farming Simulator League, a full-fledged esports league with 10 tournaments across Europe. At the end of the season, the best teams will compete for the title of the Farming Simulator champion and £100,000 in prizes. Every single tournament will not only grant circuit points for the best teams, but also will big prizes bring in the total prize pool for season 2 up to a total of £250,000.
Jesus fucking Christ. Look, I am 100% for esports. I think esports is one of the greatest things that has happened to gaming in a long time. What the fuck?
I know, I know.
And you know full well, Anthony, that the second this goes live, like hundreds of thousands of viewers.
You know what? I would not be surprised because I am both intrigued and just in awe of like, what? This is a thing?
That's why it's going to be a thing. Like, I fucking so weird.
It is. One of the things I want to point out too is, oh man, I got to continue reading this article or this announcement. Quote: "We have a unique opportunity," explains Christian Admin of CEO Giant Software Manager of the Esports division. "Competitive farming is something people enjoy for years now. Really, but it hasn't been done in esports so far. True." We have lots of esports enthusiasts in our company who can't wait to show the world that farming can indeed be fun and competitive at the same time. We believe we found the right mix of real farming and fun to play game element to ensure everyone will find it entertaining. The game itself is changing as well. Not only will the new league be held in the brand new Farming Simulator 19, but it will also move from bale stacking to a competitive 3v3 mode where teams challenge each other to determine who is the best on the field. I feel this is like a meme. I don't think this is real, but
It's like we're all getting baited by a fucking Clickle article.
I know, right? This is the stuff you see on April Fool's Day, like quite literally.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
It's this is weird. I mean, I'm for it. Like, I'm not against it in any way, shape, or form. It's just when we talk about like esports is going to be huge, it's making a huge impact in the world and blah blah blah. Never did I fucking think that Farming Simulator would be the thing that happens with it.
I know. I'm a loss of words for this. Look, I'm very open to esports. I've openly said I'm for esports of any kind. If there's a scene for it, by all means support the game that you love. I just maybe I should start watching Farm Simulator streams now. Maybe I need to find out more about this. Like, I am very curious as far as like how exactly this is.
I mean, well,
esporting.
actually, it makes sense because you would have a team start from scratch on a farm, and they would, like, in the Farming Simulator games, just throwing this out there, when you have crops, you then harvest those crops and sell them. So you would probably judge the teams based on their income over a course of a certain period of time.
True.
And that, I think, would be interesting to watch. Would they play at the same time? Like, are they racing? Like, that's kind of like...
Yeah. Is it?
Little things like that I don't know that I'm interested in.
I want to know, like, is it? I'm sure it's not in real time. When you're farming crops in the game, right? Like, it has to be sped up. I think for the sake of the game. I think, right? um,
Oh well, I mean the time is definitely sped up, but it's not like. Like when I say a period of time, I'm talking about like the teams are given like 6 hours or something like that.
Yeah, I think the one thing I really want to know is, I wonder what the actual farmers think of this. Like, I want to know the people who actually do the work. Like, is this your type of thing? Is this something you can really get into?
I imagine a lot of farmers are just like, nah, bud.
Oh man,
I mean that's my fucking like. Could you imagine, Anthony? Like a slight off topic here, but could you imagine like having a job and then coming home to relax and playing a video game based on your job?
That's a good point. It's a very good point.
Be weird as hell, man.
I mean, 2019 is off to a very great and weird start as it is. Actually, it has been thinking about it. Shit, we just talked about Randy Pitchford last week and how weird that is. So
I kind of did play a game like that though.
Did you?
Because I work in a convenience store, so it's gonna be soon worked in a convenience store. But I played Moonlighter.
Oh shit, yeah! I heard a lot of good stuff about that game.
Yeah, a huge portion of that game is figuring out what to sell and how to sell it, and then selling it. I'm not doing that in a gas station per se, but that's
right.
Well, being a shopkeep is kind of like my job, so it was just kind of like a weird thing. But no, that game's great. But yeah, I mean, it's such a weird thing. Like, I don't know, man. I'm watching it. I mean, that's 100% happening.
Same here. I am morbidly curious. I really want to know what the hell this looks like. Can you imagine esports commentators for this? Oh shit. It's like,
what if they just get real farmers?
Oh my god, that'd be great. You see there, he's doing a great job baling that hay. Looks like he's putting it right on the truck. And Team B, they're messing up. The tractor just went down.
I am thoroughly enjoying your farmer voice, by the way. That's fascinating. I just imagine one guy's like, so you see here, when you run a farm, one of the big things you want to keep in mind is that you want to make sure that the crop is as pristine as possible, so that way you get as much yield from it when it comes to harvesting time. So you're going to see them intentionally try to keep the soil as fresh as possible, while also making sure they're not using the tractors in the wrong spots. After the crop has grown and it's time to harvest, they're going to use a specific type of tractor that makes sure that they're getting as much from the field as possible without damaging any of the stuff, but also as quickly as possible. So that way they can sell it to the local market as fast as possible. Now the question here, Jim, is if they're going to sell it at a farmer's market, which could yield them a little bit more money if it's a popular market, or sell it to the local supermarket, so that way they get a lump sum immediately, but the supermarket could upsell that, and they don't know exactly how much. Like, that's the kind of commentary I want to fucking hear, man. Like, that would be amazing.
That'd be great. Oh man, I wonder, is it gonna be like, I wonder what type of commentators they're gonna get. Is there a Yipes version of like somebody really in the farm sim and they're just getting hype about the game? Like, are we gonna is somebody out there?
We're gonna get Golden Boy in there.
Yes. Oh my god. Or is it gonna be like the commentators like at a GDQ, where it's like golf commentators practically, where it's very quiet, it's very silent. It's like, and he goes in and now he's taking out the weeds in front of his lawn, and looks like he's stuck on one of them, and oh no, it seems like he just stubbed his toe. I don't think he can continue. Something like that. Like, I wonder if it's gonna be either or. Anyways, point being, weird story, weird thing, 2019. Okay, sure, let's roll with it. I just want to start the show with this, honestly. So,
yeah, it's a good story. It's a fun story.
Absolutely. All right, moving on.